Hello and welcome to the Philippines. We're going to take a ferry. There is a ferry that runs from Cebu City, from Pier 3 over to Mactan Island. There's also three bridges that go across. You can take a taxi or a bus or jeepney or hobble hobble motorbike taxi. But it's been a couple of years since I've taken this ferry, so I wanted to take a ferry, take some video, and we're going down into the terminal area here. And there's two piers that get most of the passenger traffic in Cebu City. Pier 1 has a lot of different ferries that come in there, and Pier 3. I don't know that much about Pier 2. Can anybody give us some insight into that? Have you used that? Not sure if that's mostly freight, roll on, roll off, or what it is, but I know Pier 3 here. And anyway, we took a taxi down here, so that the talking about the cost. There's the ticket booth, and they bought the back to regular fare. Not sure what that is. Anyway, there are a number of different companies down here with their ticket booths, and cost us I think 169 pesos for five of us, and we had two children, three adults, and two children, and anyway, the adults were more, I think, like 40 pesos each, and the children were a little less. But anyway, yeah, it wasn't could be faster depending upon traffic, but I think these ferries run about every 20 minutes, I believe, because as we were leaving, we didn't have to sit on the ferry very long before it was full and it left. And there was another one coming in at the same time we were leaving. And a lot of these little ferry terminals have improved over the years, but very cheap little burgers. I mean, they're not very big burgers, but if you just want something to get you by for a bit, I once bought one. I said, put buy one, take one. Yeah, I said, put both burgers on one bun because they're too thin. I don't just want to eat the bread. But yeah, you can get a little snack there. A lot of the larger terminals have many other options as well. And these people, I asked them, is it okay to put you on video? And I think one of her relatives said, film them, film them. And they agreed that it was okay to put them on video. And then we walk down to the ferry down here, and you can see it's a long pier. So lots of different ferries can come in from different companies, and they do. You've got the yellow ones way off in the distance. You've got buses. They've added a lot more buses to bring you around. For instance, if you come in and you get off one ferry, but you need to go to another ferry on Pier 1, you can jump on that bus and that'll take you down to Pier 1. So they have that transportation to get you around if you have to offload and reload. And I've never been on one of those on the back, those ferries. And I think some of them go over to Bohol or Leyte, I think. Not absolutely positive, but yeah, when we got on, it must have just come on because it was almost empty. We were some of the first ones to get on here. And yeah, not only is the boat moving around a little bit, and the seas were pretty calm, the boat is moving around a little bit. This dock area is also moving around a little bit. Those stairs are not really stairs. They're a plank, angled plank with I think 2x2s nailed, screwed onto it. So a little bit tricky, kind of steep, and they've got a guy also selling. I think we bought some chicharron, which is fried pork rind, fried pork skin, and they were pretty good, very popular, low carb. And I know I've seen recipes for like keto diets, low carb, making flour, grind that up into a flour, and using that in various types of recipes as well. Anyway, we are headed out. We are headed out. And I had to turn all the noise off because they were playing very loud, very loud. I'm sure it was copyrighted songs, and I don't need a strike on my channel because of that. So anyway, yeah, another type of ferry over there, a larger ferry, probably going to Bohol. That would be a slower ferry. They've got fast ferries and they've got slow ferries. And that is not, I don't think that is a roll on, roll off. Our row means roll on, roll off. That's where you can take motorbikes on, cars on, trucks on, and with so many islands here, most of the people and freight move by ferries. And if you have a vehicle, you need to go on a row because not every ferry will allow you to put a vehicle on it. So there, as we're leaving, there's another one, the exact same design, virtually the same anyway. And the terminal, you can see the whole terminal there with that looks like on the right side, that looks like a fast craft, a fast ferry, I think. Not sure where it's going, but lots of different options going to lots of different islands. Going north, they've got the container terminal where they load and unload the ships with containers. That they're building, that is Mandani Bay. I've done videos there, like 20 different buildings going up, many condominium towers. I think at least 2 hotels, lots of commercial office building type buildings going in there, going up very rapidly. I've got a couple friends that have bought properties there, and one of them has property in Mexico also. I think he's got 2 properties in Cebu City. Very happy with them. But they've got a boardwalk there, something that Cebu City has been missing. Now, way down south, there's another boardwalk at Il Corso, but you gotta go a ways to get there. And this one here, we're coming in, and there's a place called there's a boat right there called Sea Bus, I believe. And a couple different times years ago, I read, and I had mentioned even before I'd ever read about it, I wonder why they don't have sea taxis, ferry taxis running up and down instead of just buses on the roads. And a couple different companies have tried that. And I just did a search online, and the last article I find out about it, it says, oh, they're going to start on in May such and such 2023. And I've never read any more about it, so I don't know whether they couldn't get proper permits. I don't know whether the financing investment fell through. I'm not sure what the deal is, but I have not seen anything else about Sea Bus running up and down the coast to the nearby islands or nearby towns up and down the coast of Cebu. Now, a taxi from where I am, a taxi usually costs me right around 250 pesos to go from my place over to where I was going on Lapu-Lapu on Mactan Island. And if you didn't count the taxi, I think we paid the taxi 100 pesos to go from my condo down to the pier. If you added that in, that's 269. If you don't add that in, it was 169, I believe, was our fare. Something like that, very close to that anyway. And but if you're a single traveler, of course, it's gonna, the taxi is the same whether you're one person or 5 people. If you're one person, a lot of these Filipinos, they save a lot of money by using the ferry, and if they're not in a hurry, and then it takes them into you can see these planks. It's a pretty steep, relatively steep, and it's not steps, but it works out well. And if it was raining and that would get wet, my thought, I always think these things through. If that would get wet, how slippery is it? How many people slip and fall? And anyway, terminal people getting on, we're getting off, and a bunch of other people getting on. So these ferries, they eliminate a lot of people going across a bridge, which is a good thing. And we're going to walk up the. I thought the transportation would be right down here by the pier, but it's not. We've got to walk about a block or so. And yeah, what's that say? Assenger terminal. They've got a number of terminals on Mactan Island. So be aware of that. Be aware of that. You don't just go down to a ferry and get on a boat and think it's going to where you want to go. And yeah, anyway, we're going to get on a tricycle. We're going over here. I forget. There's some kind of oh, actually, yeah. For those of you who don't know, I got married a little over a week ago. After knowing the girl for 6 years, it was time, and I am a happily married man. And I'm sure it's going to last. We've got a good relationship. But some of her family, her daughter and grandchildren, came over from Bohol, stayed a few days, and we're going over to visit. I guess that would be her great grandparents. My wife's parents and some of the family over there after the wedding. They all came over for the wedding, of course. Looks like a new condo or hotel or something going up there, which would be convenient if you're planning on early morning. It's not done yet. It's not occupied.
Nice.
But yeah, lots of interesting balconies. Maybe a condo or apartment building, something like that. Not sure. But interesting, we got a tricycle out here. I'm sure if we just stood around, we could have got a taxi. But I can't take a good video in a taxi, so I like the hobbles, the motorbike taxis, and or the tricycles. And we hired one of these tricycles, and there was debate. The the Filipinos thought it was only 60 pesos to go from where we were to where we ended up. No, it's 60 pesos. They had a very short discussion, and I said, here, he wanted 100 pesos, save 40 pesos, 80 cents. That's not something I'm going to bicker over. Here's your 100 pesos. Have a good day, sir. They work hard for their money. And jeepney there. You can take a jeepney around. Taking us pretty close to where we wanted to go. There's a terminal. We had to go to a Metro department store, pretty close to where we were going, and get some food and some other things to bring to the family. And yeah, I'm sitting on the back of his motorbike, girly style, with my legs off to the left. And most of the ones that do this, they've got a strap. You can put your arm around the strap. But he doesn't have one of those straps, so I'm using one of my hands to film and one of my hands to hang on to I think one of the roof frame or something. But yeah, most of them have a belt, like a strap hanging out there. But very busy street. People are out. That's what I love about the Philippines. People are out and about. If a Filipino goes to America or other Western cities, it's like, where are all the people? Where is everybody? People are in their cars, they're in their homes, and even as I used to travel around the western, southwest, especially U.S. in my noise control business and other marketing businesses. And boy, even you drive through some of these smaller towns, and you stop to get something to eat. You drive around just to get a little bit of an idea of the town, and it's like, where is everybody? It's like deserted. Here in the Philippines, people are out. They're out and about, and there is life. And to me, that just feels good. that just feels good to see people out living their lives, enjoying life. If you're still with me at the 15-minute mark here, consider subscribing if you haven't. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments always help with the algorithms, help promote the channel. And I'm gonna do another video soon. A lot of vloggers, Philippine vloggers, and others around the world are saying, "Where are my subscribers?" There are issues that people are not getting notification, even if they've subscribed and signed up for notifications. YouTube is not notifying people that the videos are up, and they've changed the way they do things, and they are promoting different groups of people or types of channels, whatever it is. It's taken away from a lot of people. I've had the last few months, several months, I've had a number of people. Oh, good to see you back. Good to see you back on YouTube. You know, they haven't seen me any notifications for many months. I said, well, I've been here doing 3 videos, pretty much 3 videos a week forever, and they haven't been notified. And yeah, buses and jeepneys, they're phasing out. You know, their original plan was to phase out jeepneys almost entirely, but it's a little bit of a slow process, and get more efficient buses, cleaner, more efficient. A lot of people want to keep a lot of these jeepneys around. Just, it's a cultural thing, and I would agree. They don't have air conditioning. They're open air. They're low ceiling, so if you're tall, it can get a little tough. Watch your head. Well, I'm not tall, but I'm average maybe. But yeah, you got to watch your head. And people sit on either side, the bench seat, and very difficult not to step on people's feet, because that alleyway, that walkway to get in and out is pretty narrow. And what happens, the first people that get in, they want to sit at the back, so it's easier for them to get off when they want to get off. But then the newer people, they got to crawl over everybody's feet to get the seats further up. And yeah, traffic here is amazing. It's amazing. You know, lane lines, where there are lane lines, are hardly more than a suggestion. And I've got a friend, he curses the people not driving within their lane lines. He's got a car. He bought a car. And he says, people are driving in the center. You know, they're taking up both lanes. I said, yeah, I mean, that's the way it is here. You know, and you know, if there's 2 lanes, they make 3 or 4 out of it. If there's 4 lanes, they make 5 or 6 lanes out of it. And they share lanes. In fact, I had a discussion with him. You know, they will, most but not all, like taxis and other vehicles, they will move over and give space on the side of the lane for motorbikes, scooters, for instance. Whereas a lot of people in the U.S. would get over and try to block, and probably other parts of the world too. You get in line, you can't get ahead of me. And yeah, in the U.S., they will get over and try to block anybody trying to move up the side of the lane or along the shoulder of a road, something like that. But here they, not always, not everybody, but they work together, and it's a small country with a huge population. Like every country in the world, too many vehicles for too little road type thing. Lapu Public Market Barbecue Station. No shortage of street vendors up and down the main street, the side streets. Interesting place. I continue to learn more about the Philippines. Enjoy the people. They're welcoming, tolerant, but you know, you're a guest here, so respect is a big thing in the culture here. Respect your elders, your other people. Tricycle station, right in the middle of the market. Of course, people coming and going. A lot of those tricycles are for hire. You can hire them. And if you hire them as an individual to go someplace, you get charged full rate basically, because usually they drive and they might get 2 3 people on initially, but then people flag them down and more people get on. Maybe it's 8 pesos, 11 pesos, whatever it is now, wherever you are. 20 pesos, a lot of towns, if you're an individual, 20 peso minimum charge. But if you get on one where you say, hey, just pick up other passengers, then you're paying the individual rate. If you hire the guy just to take you alone someplace, you and your friends or family, you pay negotiate the rate, whatever they want, because you're making exclusive use of that. There are a number of times I thought I was paying for exclusive use, but the guy picked up a couple passengers along the way and charged me less because he had those extra passengers. Anyway, this is a Metro department store. We're going to get some groceries to take to the family and continue our celebration of getting married. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Safe travels. Take care. And we'll see you in the next video.